To link or not to link? That is the question. It may not be what William Shakespeare had in mind, but today I'm going to talk about linking in terms of insurance. And there's some design choices that you have that you probably don't know you have. And that's the purpose of today's top tip. So Neil Macdonald from Fairway Financial Advice, and today's topic is linking. What do I mean by that? Death, TPD and trauma. Types of personal insurance often combined into one policy. That can have a saving. As opposed to separate, unlinked, standalone policies for death, TPD and trauma, where they're all apart, pay a bit more. I'm going to show you another way that you might want to think about linking. Death and TPD linked, and also death and trauma linked, and I'll get to that. So usually it's for cost purposes or just lack of awareness that people have this combined cover. In terms of cost, I've already mentioned that the standalone, each policy separate, is higher than that. But what we find with some packaging that some insurers offer is that this combination of death and TPD and death and trauma can actually produce the same premium outcome here. But what's the benefit? At the time of a claim, let's consider a claim for trauma insurance, which is the most common cancer, most commonly claimed on trauma event. Claim for cancer pays out that TPD, the trauma. So that also in a linked situation impacts your cover for TPD and death. Over here, a claim on trauma does not impact. You can make a full claim on each of those. Similarly over here, a claim on trauma doesn't affect your ability to claim on the TPD and death up here. So if I talk some numbers just for a quick sec, let's say death is 1.5 million. You need to pay out some debts. You need to provide money for the family to live on. That's just a random number, not advice. Let's say it's 800,000 for TPD, again to pay out debts. Maybe it's a home mortgage. Maybe if you're in Sydney and Melbourne, that's not enough. And we've also got 400,000 trauma. So in this example, $400,000 is paid out to you because you've been diagnosed with trauma, but your TPD cover now comes down to 400 and your life insurance is now down to 1.1. Same thing over here, 1.5, 800, and we go 400, 400. So the cost, as I said, will be about the same, but the claim here, 400,000, you've been paid out for cancer. It hasn't affected your ability to claim the full 800,000. So for the same money, there's an extra $400,000 potentially coming your way. And that can be the difference between linking and not linking and doing the right linking. So you might have heard of the cricketer Tony Greig, who passed away in 2016. You can look this up on Google. His estate had this situation where he was paid out for trauma insurance, which actually cancelled. It was the same amount as his life insurance. So trauma paid out, there's no life insurance left. So he passed away within 12 months. So there was no buyback, which is another tip for another day. So that's it. Anybody can get caught out. And it's not that one's right or one's wrong. It's just that you should be aware. And it's a choice that you have in policy design. And it's just something that we make decisions on for people all the time, but you should do it consciously as well. So I hope you got some value out of that. If you have any questions, shoot me a message here, send me an email or give me a phone call, and I'd love to help. All the best.